Okay, the issues I'll be going over with GMOs will be the environmental issues it causes and the testing process of the GMOs being ineffective. I'll go over the testing process first. This is a quote from Dr. Margaret Smith about how scientists test GMOs. Scientific research. Okay, wait, no, not that one. What they actually do is they take a new protein and test it in a petri dish where human digestive enzymes. They put in there and measure how long it takes to break down. If it takes any longer than the standard protein would take, it raises a red flag. So these proteins and this DNA,
Linda,
yeah.
take a breath. Slow it down. It's hard to get up and do this. I warned everybody this is hard, so just take a breath. You're okay. Do your best, okay? Just slow down. Say what you prepared, okay?
Okay, so basically they measure how long it takes to break down with your digestive enzymes, which basically means they don't actually test it on a living subject, so they don't take into consideration of the after effects that GMOs can cause. These are some of the after effects, and this has been proven. And these test subjects were actually rats. Monsanto's GM corn either produces or is coated with toxic chemicals which are consumed by people who eat the corn. Scientific researchers have found that 70% of female rats and 50% of male rats died prematurely when fed GMOs, almost all of them victims of cancer. The way that they change the GMOs is pretty unstable. Like, we have been doing this for a pretty long time in crossbreeding, but the way since now they're changing the DNA, they don't actually know what can happen after and how these things can mutate. Environmental issues include the GM crops and their herbicides can also harm birds, insects, amphibians, and marine ecosystems from the runoff. For example, GM crops are limiting habitats for monarch butterflies, whose populations have been down 50% in the U.S. It's also been proven that bee populations has severely went down ever since the planting of GMOs has started. And as you guys all know, bees are pretty important in the spreading of pollen. And it's also been seen that sometimes the seeds from GMOs end up going into more delicate ecosystems and are overrunning them, killing off animals and destroying their homes as well. And that's really all I have for now.
Thank you, Linda.